بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله. This is section 10.3 again, and we will talk now about translations of parabolas. So parabolas with vertices at hk not 0, 0, which means that we are going to translate the parabola, the vertex of the parabola, from 0, 0 to hk. Now what happens? As usual, we add h to any x coordinate, and we add k to any y coordinate. So the vertex was 0, 0, but now it is h and k. So the equation of the directrix was x equals negative b. Now it would be negative p plus h. We add h because this is x, okay? And the coordinates of the focus was p0, so it would be p plus h and k. We add h to the x coordinate, we add k to the y coordinate. And the equation itself, we replace y by y minus k and x by x minus h. So again, when we have y minus k squared, the graph opens right or left. If p is positive, it opens right. If p is negative, it opens left. And if the equation is x minus h squared, notice that always h with x, okay, and always k with y. So the graph will open up or down. Up if p is positive, down if p is negative. So this what would happen when we translate the parabola. Let us answer the questions. Find the vertex, focus, directrix, and of the parabola and graph the parabola. The first thing, as usual, we find the vertex in the parabola. The vertex is h and k, x minus h. So h is 3, y minus k, so k is negative 1. Okay, as usual, as we did in translating ellipses, hyperbolas, circles. So this is the vertex, and now I have x squared, so the graph opens up or down. I have 8 here, so the graph opens up. So this is a parabola like this, but it doesn't have to be, the vertex doesn't have to be, yeah, of course the vertex is not 0, 0, but anyway, I'm just doing like this for me to understand, to remember that it opens upwards. So let us start graphing. First, we plot the vertex. The vertex 3, 1, 2, 3, and negative 1. So this is the vertex. Okay. And it opens upwards. So it will go like this, upwards. Now, I need to know P. So as usual, 4P is 8. And absolute value of 4P is 8. And P is 8 over 4, which is 2. And absolute value of P is 2. So what is absolute value of P, if you remember? It's the distance from the vertex to the focus. It opens upwards, so I go 2 units up. So here is the focus. So what are the coordinates of the focus? This is 3 and 1. The vertex is 3, negative 1. The focus is 3 and 1. What about the directrix? I go 2 units down, and here is the directrix. It has the equation y equals to negative 3. And you can sketch the graph of the parabola. Well, we need the latus rectum. Absolute value of 4p is 8. 8 over 2 is 4. So I go 4 units to the right and 1, 2, 3, 4 units to the left. This is the latus rectum, and I can sketch the graph of the parabola. Of course, now the parabola passes by the x-axis and passes by the y-axis. So if you want, you can find the x-intercepts and the y-intercepts just for your graph to be more accurate. To find the x-intercept, I put y0. So I have x minus 3 squared equals 8 times 1 is 8. So x minus 3 would be plus or minus square root of 8, which is 2 square root of 2. So x is 3 plus or minus 2 square root of 2. And you can find the x-intercepts exactly. So 3 plus 2 square root of 2 is 5.8. Okay, so 3, 4, 5, 6. So this should be 5.8. And 3 minus square root of 8 is 0.17. So it's not 0, 0, it should be here. Okay, it should be here. So this will make your graph more accurate. Okay, you can find the x-intercepts and the y-intercepts easily. And the y-intercept, you put x0, you will have 8y plus 8 when I multiply equals, put x0, 0 minus 3, negative 3 squared is 9. So 8y equals 9 minus 8, which is 1. So the y-intercept is 1 over 8. This is y-intercept. So 1 over 8. So this should be 1 over 8. So you can find the y-intercept, the x-intercepts, and sketch more accurate graphs of the parabola. Of course, if anybody asks you about the domain, what is the domain or real numbers? What is the range from -1 to infinity? Okay. Find the vertex focus directrix of the parabola given by. Now it's expanded, okay? And we need to complete the square to write the equation in the standard form. Notice that immediately I understand that this is a parabola because I have y square y, but I don't have x square, I have only x. So this parabola would be y square, okay? So you know I keep y square in one side and take the others to the other side. So y square plus 2y, I'll keep it here in this side, and I take 12x to the other side and 23 also. And now what is the number I need to add? Do you know 2 over 1, 2 over 2, sorry, half the coefficient of y squared, so 1. You added 1 here, so you add 1 here. So now I have, these are 3 terms. I can write them as perfect square y plus 1 to the power 2 equals negative 12x plus 24. And now one more step to write the equation in the standard form. I take the coefficient of x as a common factor. So I'll have x 24 over negative 12 is negative 2. So this is the equation of the parabola written in the standard form. And now I can see the vertex immediately, x minus h, so 2y minus k, so negative 1. The vertex is 2 and negative 1. And negative 12 is 4p. So p is negative 3. And it's y square, so it should open right or left, but p is negative, so it will open to the left. So the graph opens to the left. And absolute value of p is 3, so I go 3 units to the left, and I'll have the focus. So the coordinates of the focus would be x is negative 1 and y is negative 1, because this distance between the vertex and the focus is equal to absolute value of P. And I go 3 units to the right, and I'll have the directrix. So this is the graph of the directrix. And the equation of the directrix would be x equals to 5. And the parabola opens to the left. I can find the latus rectum. Line passes by the vertex parallel to the directrix with length equal to 12. So 6 up and 6 down. So this is negative 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, and I can connect the vertex with the latus rectum and graph the parabola. And if you want to be more accurate, find the Y-intercepts and the X-intercept. The X-intercept must be a number between 1 and 2, as I did in the previous question. Find the standard form. This is the other type of questions. Find the equation. Give you some information, find the equation. As usual, I'll draw the information given in the question. 5 and negative 2. This is what? This is the vertex. 7 and negative 2. This is the focus. Now, what information can you get from here? Well, the distance from the vertex to the focus is what? Is 2. And this is the vertex, so the graph opens to the right. So P is positive 2. And the graph opens to the right, so I have y square. Okay. And the vertex is 5, negative 2. So the equation is y minus k, so plus 2 squared, equals 4 times p, so 8, x minus h. So this is the equation of the parabola. As simple as that. Focus and directrix are given. The vertex is not given this time. X equals negative 4 is the directrix. Focus is the point 2 and 4. This is the focus. 2. The directrix, x equals negative 4. So this point here, the midpoint between the focus and the directrix will give you the coordinates of the vertex. So if you add 2 plus negative 4 and divide by 2, this will give you the midpoint, the mid coordinates. So negative 2 over 2, negative 1. So this is the midpoint, and it is the vertex, and it has coordinates. X is negative 1 and y is 4. And this is the vertex, this is the focus, so the graph opens to the right. So the equation is y squared equals x. So y minus k squared equals, now what is p? P is the distance from the vertex to the focus. 2 minus minus 1 is 3. So P is 3, and it is positive because the graph opens to the right. So 4 times 3 is 12. And here I have x minus h, or plus 1. So this is the equation of the parabola. The focus is 7, -1. So by graphing the information, I get a lot of information, uh, e- e- enough to write the equation immediately. 7 and -1, this is the focus. And the directrix is y equals -9. This is the directrix. This is the focus. So where is the vertex? The vertex in the middle between the focus and the directrix. So -1 plus -9 over 2 is -1 plus -1 minus 9, -10 over 2, -5. So this point is the vertex. So the vertex has coordinates 7 and -5. 4 units between the vertex and the focus, 4 units between the vertex and the directrix. So P is 4. The vertex is here and the directrix is below, so the graph opens up and P is positive. But the equation is x squared, not y squared. So x minus h, which is 7, squared equals 4 times p, which is 4, y minus k, and k is -5, so it would be y plus 5. When you understand the graph and all the letters, it would be easy for you. P, what does it mean? When do we have, when the graph will be horizontal or vertical? Parabola, you need to see the previous video before this, the parabolas with center 0, 0. Find the vertex, focus, and directrix of each parabola with the given equation, then match each equation to one of the graphs. I think I can match before doing anything because here y minus 1 square, the graph opens right, left. This is positive, so the graph opens to the right. The only graph opening to the right here is C. So in fact, C is the graph of 31. 34, the graph opens to the left. So the graph is B. Here the graph opens up and down. Here the graph opens up because it's positive 4. So this is A. And 33 when the graph opens down. So this is D. Well, the vertex here is H and K, X minus H. So 1, 1. The vertex here is -1, X minus H. -1, -1. The vertex here is x plus 1, -1, -1. And the vertex here is x minus h first, 1, 1. What else? Focus and directrix. Let us find P. P here is 1, and P here is 1, and P here is -1, and P here is -1. So P is 1, and the graph opens to the right. So if the vertex is 1, 1, the graph opens to the right. So if I go 1 unit, I will reach the focus. 1 unit to the right, 1 unit to the left, the directrix. So the focus has coordinates 2 and 1, and the directrix has the equation x equals to 0. 32, I have the vertex -1 and -1, and the graph opens up. So I go 1 unit up, I reach the vertex. which is -1 and 0. And 1 unit down, I have the directrix, which is y equals to -2. Now, for the next one, -1, -1, but this time the graph opens down. So when I go down 1 unit, I reach the focus. So the focus is -1 and -2, while the directrix is the line y equals to 0. So you can find the solutions like this by just imagining the graph. You don't have to memorize these equations and solve for them. If you want to do that, it is okay. You will get the same answer, but I think this way is easier. You just put the vertex 1, 1, and you know that the graph opens to the left, and you know that P is 1, absolute value of P. So if I go here 1 unit, I reach the focus. So the focus, the X coordinate is 0, the Y coordinate is 1. So that's the focus immediately. And the directrix will be here, 1 unit. This is 1, so it would be X equals to 2. I'm doing this without finding them from here. Okay, I could have used these also. Again, find the vertex, focus, directrix, and sketch the graph of the parabola. What is the vertex? -2 and -1. What is P? For P is 4, P is 1. Where does it open? X square positive, it opens up. That's it. Now I can sketch the graph of the parabola. Put the vertex. The graph opens up. So 1 unit, where is P? Yeah, 4P is 4, so P is 1. 1 unit up, you reach the vertex, the focus, sorry. So the focus has coordinates, X coordinates, start by X coordinates, then Y coordinates. These are the coordinates of the focus. 1 unit down, you will have the directrix. The directrix has the equation y equals -2. And now from the focus, I can, absolute value of 4p is 4, the latus rectum, the length of the latus rectum. So I go 2 units to the right, 2 units to the left, and I sketch the graph. And this time, the X-intercepts are the endpoints of the latus rectum. So this is an accurate graph. Well, 3 things you need to find. First, the vertex. -2x minus h, -2 also, y minus k. Second, what is p? For p is -8, so p is -2. And where does it open? It's x square negative, it opens downwards. So I can sketch the graph. -2, plot the vertex first, and the graph opens down. P, absolute value of P is 2. If I go 2 units up, I graph the directrix. So this is the equation of the directrix. If I go 2 units down, I find the focus. So the focus has coordinates. The x coordinate is -2. The y coordinate is -4. And you can sketch the graph. But I'll find the length of the latus rectum. the length of the lattice rectum is absolute value of -8, which is 8. So 4 units to the right and 4 units to the left. So this is -2. I reach -6 here and I reach 2 here. And that's it. I can connect these 2 points and sketch the graph of the parabola. There are no X-intercepts in this case. You can find the Y-intercept and make sure that our graph passes by this Y-intercept. Find the vertex. What is the vertex? X minus h, so -2. Y minus k. What is P? P is 3. 4P equals to 12. Y square, so the graph opens to the right because P is positive. So here is the vertex, -2 and -4. P is 3. The graph opens to the right. So I go 3 units, 1, 2, 3. I reach 1. Here would be the focus. And the focus has coordinates. The x coordinate is 1. The y coordinate is -4. These are the coordinates of the focus. If I go 3 units to the left, I can sketch the graph of the directrix. Let us find the lattice rectum. 4p equals 12. This is the length of the lattice rectum. So 6 up from the focus and 6 down. So these are the endpoints of the lattice rectum, and you can sketch the graph of the parabola and make sure of the x-intercepts and the y-intercepts. Put x0, put y0 to have an accurate graph. Well, here, what is the vertex? X minus h. There is no h, so it's 0. Y minus k, so the vertex is 0, 1. And for p is -8, so p is -2. Absolute value of 4p is 8. This is the length of the lattice rectum. Where does it open? Y squared, right, left, p is negative, it opens to the left. Now I can sketch the graph. 0, 1, this is the vertex. It opens to the left. P, absolute value of P is 2. So I go 2 units to the right, and this is the directrix. And 2 units to the left, and this is the focus. Coordinates of the focus, x coordinate is -2, y coordinate is 1. Lattice rectum is 8, 4 units down, 4 units up. This is the lattice rectum. These are the endpoints. Connect the vertices and sketch the graph of the parabola. Now we need to complete the square. Notice that x is squared, so I leave it in one side. And what is the number I need to add? 6 over 2 is 3, squared is 9. So x plus 3 squared equals -8y plus 8 minus 1 plus 9 minus 1 plus 9. And now what to do? Take -8, the coefficient of y, as a common factor. 8 over negative 8 is negative 1. So that's the parabola, and I leave it for you to continue. The vertex is negative 3 and 1, and P is 4P is negative 8. So P is negative 2. It is x squared, so the graph opens downwards. Please continue the graph and find the vertex, the focus, and the directrix. Here y has power 2, so I keep y squared minus 2y in this side, and I take this to the other side. And now I need to add half of the coefficient of y squared, which is 1. When I add plus 1 to minus 1, they cancel. So I have y minus 1 squared equals 8x. So the vertex is 0 and 1, and P is 2, and it's y squared, so it opens to the right, and you can continue, please, as in the previous questions. X squared plus 8x, 4y minus 8 to the other side. Now half of the coefficient of x is 4. Square it and add it to both sides. Minus 8 plus 16. So I have x plus 4 squared equals 4y plus 8. 16 minus 8 is 8. Take 4 as a common factor. Let us continue. This is the last question, so let us do it, graph it, and do everything. The vertex is negative 4 and negative 2. 4p is 4, so p is 1. X squared, p positive, it opens upward. One, two, three, four, 1, 2. Here is the vertex. It opens upward. So 1 unit up, and you will reach the focus. The coordinates, x coordinate, y coordinate. Y coordinate is negative 1. So that's the focus. Go 1 unit down and graph the directrix and sketch the graph. To be accurate, the length of the latus rectum is 4. 2 units to the right here. 2 units to the left here. This is the latus rectum. This is the graph of the parabola. Make sure of the X-intercepts and the Y-intercepts. Let me do it again for you. So, well, I have this equation. I can work with this equation if I like, or with this equation. The y-intercept is easy found from this equation. If you put x0, okay, you get negative 4y equals negative 8, or 4y equals 8, so y is 2. So this point should be 2. And for x-intercepts, you solve a quadratic equation. So I like finding the x-intercepts from here, because I'll have x plus 4 squared equals y0, so I have 8. Then x plus 4 would be plus or minus square root of 8, and x would be negative 4 plus or minus square root of 8, or 2 square root of 2. These are the x-intercepts. And you can find negative 4 plus square root of 8. It is approximately negative 1 point something, so make this negative 1, okay? And minus 8, it would be negative 6.8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it has to go from here. Okay, from here. So that's the graph of the parabola. I hope you understand everything and everything is clear. Have a nice time, study hard, and good luck.